The quiet before the ruin. Morgan waited until she heard Francis leave. The front door shut with that same careful click as earlier, measured, calculated. A man controlling even the way he exited a room. His footsteps faded down the driveway, the engine of his car humming to life before pulling away. Only then did Morgan let out the breath she'd been holding. The house felt different once he was gone. Lighter, like she could finally inhale without tasting a lie. She rose from the dining table and walked through the silent rooms, trailing her fingertips over the expensive furniture Francis insisted on but never enjoyed. Art on the walls she had chosen. Flowers she replaced weekly. Things that made their house a home. Except it wasn't a home. Not really. It was a place she waited in. She found herself standing before a tall hallway mirror. Her reflection stared back, beautiful, elegant, composed. The kind of woman gossip magazines called envied. The kind of woman other wives whispered about, assuming money meant happiness and diamonds meant devotion. But Morgan saw the truth beneath the glamour. A woman who'd spent years shrinking to fit a marriage too small for her heart. Her hand lifted, touching her collarbone lightly, as if searching for the woman she once was. "I miss you," she whispered to herself, not the reflection. To the part of her she'd lost in the quiet years of compromise. Her phone buzzed on the hallway table. "Amanda. Noon still good?" Morgan didn't respond. Not yet. She moved upstairs to prepare. But every step felt heavy, weighed down by a truth she wasn't ready to name. The sunlight filtered through the windows in warm gold streams, dust motes floating lazily in the glow. But the beauty did nothing to soothe her. Too much lived under her skin today. In the bedroom, she opened her closet, staring at row after row of perfectly arranged clothes. Francis liked her polished. Understated, never too bold. Classic, he called it. Morgan's fingers brushed over a soft cream blouse, the one he once complimented as wife material. She slid it aside. Instead, she reached for something she hadn't worn in years, a deep emerald dress, fitted at the waist, slightly daring at the neckline. Francis never liked it. That was exactly why she chose it. She laid it on the bed and walked to her vanity. Her makeup routine was practiced, delicate, precise. But today, she paused halfway through applying mascara, her hand hovering above her lashes. Why am I getting dressed to impress his friend? Why am I preparing like this is some kind of test? Morgan set the mascara down with a soft clink, because it felt like a test. Amanda wasn't just a childhood friend. Amanda was the woman Francis spoke about with familiarity most men saved for nostalgia or desire. And lately, he spoke about her too little. Which, Morgan knew, meant he was thinking about her too much. Morgan finished her makeup with a steady hand and slipped into the emerald dress. The fabric hugged her curves, sliding against her skin with a confidence she had forgotten she possessed. She studied herself in the mirror once more. Not flawless, not perfect, but powerful. Awake, a stranger to the version she had been only weeks ago. A soft knock startled her. She turned only to see that it wasn't Francis. It was the housekeeper, Rosa, peeking cautiously through the cracked door. "Mrs. Prescott, I think this belongs to you." Rosa held out a small gold bracelet. Morgan's bracelet, except, she frowned. "Where did you find this?" Rosa hesitated. "In Mr. Prescott's car, the back seat." Morgan froze. The bracelet wasn't hers. Not anymore. Francis had given it to her years ago, but she'd rarely worn it. The clasp was broken. She had meant to get it fixed. But this one wasn't broken. It gleamed, polished, freshly worn. Morgan reached out slowly, heart thudding dully in her chest. "Thank you, Rosa," she whispered. When the door closed again, Morgan sat on the edge of the bed, fingers trembling as she held the bracelet up to the light. It wasn't hers. She would have noticed. Francis hadn't even bothered to hide it. Or maybe he thought she wouldn't question it. Amanda had worn jewelry like this in old photos, gold, delicate, old money feminine. Morgan had seen the pictures once in Francis's study, long ago. Pictures he never took down. Her breath shuddered. Amanda was coming to lunch today, and Morgan would not be going as the obedient wife. She slipped the bracelet into her purse, not to return it. To confront the truth with it. Her phone buzzed again. "Amanda, can't wait to see you." Morgan finally responded. "Morgan, yes, noon, let's talk." When she placed the phone down, the spark inside her flared, not fear this time. Something sharper, something dangerously close to strength.